Have you ever had your car stolen? I imagine it's one of the most gut-wrenchingly awful things that could ever happen to a car enthusiast. We thought, seeing as we drove it last week, thank you very much.
If you bin it, just don't come back.
What would happen if James May's Alpine got stolen? We were at South Woodham Ferrers police station to find out what happens when a car is reported stolen and how law enforcement acts when your pride and joy gets nicked. The car is hidden somewhere in Essex and we're going to set about finding it. It's going to be the job of Essex Police to locate the car using a system called Tracker. Tracker is the only tracking company to provide, install and maintain police tracking consoles into police vehicles and helicopters within the UK. Officers have the onboard capability to track stolen vehicles that are fitted with Tracker's stolen vehicle recovery units. The units don't just use GPS, they use Tracker's patented VHF tracking, which unlike GPS, continues to provide a signal from secluded places like shipping containers and underground car parks where the GPS signal can be lost. The VHF signal is also extremely difficult for criminals to jam. The officers are currently in their morning briefing to discuss the objectives of the day's deployment, along with any vehicles of interest that they need to target.
Good morning all, welcome to Operation Calypso. Today we're going to be focusing in the south of Essex. The operation today is to try and disrupt and detect those people committing these offences. Officers will be deployed in a combination of marked and unmarked vehicles. You've all got your crews, so as and when you're ready, then let's get up and let's get out.
To find the vehicle, we're going to utilise Essex Police's stolen vehicle specialist, PC Paul Gerish, and his colleague, PC Phil Pentolo from the road crime team, who have got recovering stolen vehicles down to a fine art. These are the two cars we're going to be using. We've got an unmarked Ford Galaxy that has a whole host of tracking kit crammed into the back of it, along with kit that can examine and identify stolen cars. And in support, we've got this BMW. It's a marked car, police spec, with Phil behind the wheel with his eagle eyes.
Okay, so it's a specialist vehicle built by Transport Services for my role within the Stolen Vehicle Intelligence Unit, and the back of it is primarily used for the equipment that I use to identify stolen vehicles, if they're put onto false identities or cloned and that type of thing. So that carries an array of tools and scanners and computerised equipment, chemicals, etc. that I use within that role.
And the tech, is it around here?
So the tech is around the passenger side. In addition to the emergency equipment that's fitted to the car, that's the tracker aerials on the roof that will pick up the signal from a vehicle once it's activated. That information is passed down to the processor in here, which is fitted to the back just behind the seats, and then that information is processed by the tracker unit in there that then feeds obviously the display that's in the front of the vehicle that you and I are going to be watching.
Perfect. Let's check out the front seat.
Obviously the signal that comes from the processor in relation to the tracker, which is up in the sun visor.
Okay.
So when we get an activation, this gives the signal strength of the vehicle that we're going to be trying to track, and it'll also give you a direction of where we need to head, and it'll give you the code as well. So that'll be sat there, and I'll pick that up and be able to view that from my side as well.
Hello, Hannah.
Hello. As you're aware, we're trying to track James May's vehicle today. Can you activate the tracker, please?
I will do. Thanks, Hannah.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.
So at the moment the device is just sat there waiting for a signal to be picked up by the aerials on the outside of the car. As and when we do pick up a signal, it will give us a verbal or an audio command, and then we'll get some pictures on the screen telling us exactly what's what and where the vehicle is headed, or where the vehicle is at the time.
Hotel Bravo 400, you're receiving?
Okay.
We've got an imminent tracker activation. If you can both make your way to Rettendon Turnpike and RV there, I'll contact you with further instructions shortly.
400 also.
So Paul, you've explained the equipment that you have in this car, the equipment that the police use. What do you have when you install a tracker to your car?
So when a member of the public buys a tracking device, that will be fitted by an authorised dealer, who will fit the device covertly in a vehicle, and it literally will sit there until it's activated, obviously when the car is stolen.
Hello, Hannah Gerish.
Morning, Hannah. It's Clive Wayne, Head of Police Liaison. I've got a mesh hit for you in relation to the vehicle that you got interest in from this morning that we discussed earlier.
Okay, that's brilliant. Whereabouts is it?
We've got a series of mesh hits from the Mayflower Retail Park,
Yep.
the last one being at 10:35 this morning.
That's brilliant. Okay, no problem. I'll be in touch shortly.
Hotel Bravo 400, are you receiving?
400, go ahead.
You're looking for an Alpine A110 in the blue, and the index is Lima Oscar
Alpine.
18 Hotel Juliet Echo. It's meshing off of Mayflower Retail Car in Dunstone. 45 received and en route.
400 received, en route.
Time to go. So we're closing in on the car now. What is your kind of next steps in terms of communication and action?
Again, it's just a case of just trying to get that signal to go up, to see if we can get the signal to settle down and see exactly where the directional point has really shown us where the car is. Phil, just see where I've picked up the signal just going past Mayflower.
So the arrow here is giving us a rough direction, and then the blocks along the bottom are
Gives us a
distance.
signal strength.
Yeah.
Tracker alert. Tracker alert.
Very close now. On the left. That took us about 40 minutes. Is that a normal time to find a car?
That's long for me.
That's not. And obviously, this is a safe environment. There's no baddies around. What happens if the people that have stolen the car are on site?
So if we were here, we'd secure the car first of all, and yeah, we'd be grabbing hold of them, and they'd be taking a room in one of our cells.
So, if you're ever in the very unfortunate position that you have your car stolen, know that, in the UK at least, that is the procedure that will get your car back onto your driveway. Anyway, better get this back to James.